Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we will talk about ornaments, ornamentation in music, and this will be the first lesson on ornaments, and then there will come at least one more where we talk about different ornaments in Indian classical music. Now we are more thinking about or focusing on European classical music, the different like Baroque, classical music, romantic music, and so more from the Western classical side, we will talk about those. Ornaments. Also, there will be like one other thing of Persian music, but yeah, I studied different sources actually. There are a lot of books. There's like a famous book like from Nachschlag, I think it's called, this guy. Adolf Nachschlag. That's a very huge book. And also there are like different sources. It's also, oh yeah, but by the way, everything is in the PDF down below. There you find the explanation of these different ornaments and also the notation. And there's also one page where there are some like sources where I got that from. So, because there are really like many sources, and in a way it's a bit difficult or yeah, it's a bit, let's say, not so straightforward, this kind of a subject, because ornamentations really changed during history. And so there were like certain names also for ornaments which were actually the same as other ornaments, and they invented like different. I mean, it really, because the music changed, they demand. Yeah, the music demanded different ornaments, and also like just considering language, there are just different names, and it's quite confusing, the whole thing, how this changed. And actually, when we talk about ornaments, we have to, in a way, we also have to say, okay, this kind of an ornament with that name and how that is played. This was this is like only concerning this or that time period. For example, you can say there were like certain ornaments used in Baroque and others in classical music, and so on. So it's a bit it's getting quite confusing. I mean, you really have to see ornaments when you really go very deeply, and I mean, when you sorry, when you play music from a certain period like Baroque, yeah, then you have to do a little bit of research how these ornaments are played during that time. What was the standard there, and also during Baroque that also changed, with some composers did that, some other composers did that. It's getting quite, as I said, it's getting quite complicated. So I in a way, I try to take a kind of an approach where I put everything together, sort of, and also applied a lot of these English names where I had more these German names, or like Italian names, of course, also. And try to make it more approachable, more usable. I mean, to just, in a way, to just give you an overview and a kind of a collection of different ornaments which you then can just use in your playing, but that you have an idea what kind of ornaments exist and how they are played, and what the kind of different ways they are played, and not in a let's say, it looks a little bit scientific, but it's actually not. It's really like putting everything together and then structure that in a way that seems like more kind of universal. That's a approach. And down the description below, you find the PDF with four pages of that. Yeah? So you should really download that to get the full picture, because I will not talk about everything what's on these pages, like every aspect there. I will just go through these different ornaments and show you how they are played and the different names of that. And there are maybe some side informations which I'm not telling you here, because I'm assuming that when you're really interested, that you download the PDF anyway. Would be just anyway a great thing to do, because it also supports this channel. Okay, so there is one like general thing, just a general conception. Most of the ornaments we can say that they are initial ornaments, so they're happening right at the beginning of the note. But there are some like two different ways how they are applied. There is like one is like anticipation, so the ornament is actually played before the note, so that the note itself really comes on that beat where it's notated, where it's written, where it's meant. And the other are subtraction. It's like subtraction is when the ornament itself starts exactly where actually the note is played, which is notated. So if you have a note and you have this ornament, then the ornament is just starting exactly where the note is, and then the note comes a little bit later. So subtraction, therefore, because the ornament is in a way like subtracted from the actual note value of the note which is ornamented. So it loses some value, you can say. That's interesting. It uses value by having an ornament. Okay, but so that's one thing I also just talked in the kind of introduction, that there's a kind of a confusion because you don't know. Yeah? When you see this ornament, it could be either or. So in a way, you have to either really know about the time and the repertoire and the composer, what he or she meant, or you do just what you like, and you have these both possibilities. Okay, let's talk about the first ornament, the mordent, or it's also called lower mordent, to differentiate between lower and upper mordent. Yeah, I mean, as I said, there are different names, and also on these PDFs, on these 4 pages, there you find also the alternative names. This might be really important also to know, because some like upper mordent, for example, there's like Pralltriller. That's a German term, and that's something, a very very common word. I'm really sure that it's also used in other languages. So it's on the page. Yeah? Most of the stuff is really on the page, but I may not mention it. But I will speak about this ornament under a different name. Okay, so the mordent is actually, first of course you have to know in which kind of scale, key you are. So let's assume that we are in, let's say, E major, yeah? And we see, for example, this first mordent, which is like a, should we go to E major, then we have to transpose everything in a kind of, let's say we are in C major. Yeah, C major might be better working in this case. Okay, C major. Then we have this D, and we have this mordent sign above the note, as you see it on the page here in the notation. And you have like two pages of explanation and 2 pages of notations, and they correspond. Yes, you can see on the explanation page you see mordent, and then on the notation page you see how it's written and how it's played. Okay, so we have that note, and mordent means we really have like either like that, and there's also with an ornament you have more possibilities concerning the technique, how you play that. So it's also a sign there. You can play a slide, yeah. Or you can play a hammer-on, pull-off thing, as I did, or even like something like very Indian kind of a thing, like mir, like it's done on the sitar, or you can even also do like a quick Diri thing there. And that's with all ornaments. Yeah, it really. You should really check out that in a musical way. You know, you should. That's actually like how I'm suggesting to approach these pages. Is really go through these ornaments and then try to find a good version, a good way with what really sounds good on your instrument, on the guitar. Yeah, to really. You can also have combinations, huh? Like for example, this can be. I'm also playing this D string there. It's a bit like a habit. Yeah, and I'm thinking quite a lot these ornaments being really on the beat, really like in this subtraction form, to really play the ornament where you have the note, huh? Like really like 1, 2, 3, 4, really on the beat. Okay, there's also like you see this kind of notation there with there's a sharp under this mordent sign. That means that you do the mordent with a chromatic lower neighbor. So just a half step in this case. Yeah. Okay, then you have just the same thing the other way around. You don't go to the lower neighbor but to the upper neighbor. Yeah, so you have like or that's hard to exactly meet this note there. Get this note. Okay, and you also have this version in this case with a flat above this mordent sign. That means just to flatten the upper neighbor. So these that's also a kind of standard notation to have this ornament sign, this mordent sign in this case, and when you place an accidental below this sign, it affects the notes which are lowered, that ornamented note, the main note, and when you place it above, vice versa, it affects the upper neighbor note. Yeah, and most of these ornaments are just with neighbor notes. Yeah? Not all, but like mostly it's a kind of an approach always to the main note by using the lower or the upper neighbor, or vice versa, or even both. Later on the second page, with these explanations, I will also there's also noted what I think I would do as my preferred way of notation of these ornaments. Just write them down, like really write in grace notes exactly the notes you want to have there. Yeah, just, and then you can, when you do that, you know, you can apply accidentals. Yeah, as freely as you want. Yeah? You don't have to use all these different kinds of symbols for these ornaments. You just write it out. Yeah, in these like grace notes, like very small notes, mostly 16ths, and coming before the main note. It's also on the page, so you understand. It's like in the second bar and on the mordant. There, this DCD. That's a way. It like all these ornaments can be written, notated. Okay, then we have this grace note, which has also like different names. Also like Asya Chatura. I'm not an expert in these names, because they're coming from a different style. But I think it's good to know that. I mean, to have it somewhere. I mean, of course you have it at Wikipedia, but why not have your own collection of these ornaments, where you also can maybe write anything. If you have any addition to that, you can just put it there. You know, you don't have to like always search this whole. The Wikipedia page. I mean, that's at least that's the way I'm working normally on things. You know, I try to find the stuff what I need. You know, and then I also put it in a kind of a form here, which you also get as PDFs from me. And I like to, in a way, like process all that stuff, what I find in the internet or books, and get it in a sort of my own version, which is just helpful for my music. Yeah, and when I have this kind of a page, I can also add some stuff or change some stuff there, and this grows with my own progress, you can say. Okay, so we have this grace note, just a little note before or right at the main note, and a grace note. Like just or. And this grace note can also be, I think, can also be like, doesn't have to be, doesn't have to be a step. Yeah, it doesn't have to be stepwise motion, like an upper or lower neighbor. It can be just also. Bagpipe. Okay, right, modern notation, and then like two grace notes, which also called Doppelvorschlag. So Vorschlag is actually this grace note, yeah. And Doppelvorschlag means like two grace notes, so double grace notes. I mean, whatever. So many possibilities. So there also we when we do that we there are some maybe they have a symbol. Yeah, what comes also. Later, yeah, for example, Schleifer, which we will talk about later. They have a symbol. It's like a common standard ornament in some music, earlier music mostly. Not today used so much, I think. And so in this case, when we have like like two grace notes, it makes like a lot of sense to really write them out, because there are so many possibilities which have no, like, they are not like a kind of a very special ornament where you have a symbol, so you need to write them out. Okay, then you have the Doppelschlag. That's also a Baroque thing, I'm pretty sure. Turn, gruppetto, it's also called, and that is like a kind of a kind of an approach. We would call this is the main note is approached by using its upper and lower neighbor tone, and it's like, I mean. There are different ways to play that. So we have the main note, then we go, but we start from the upper neighbor note. We go to the main note, and then we go to the lower neighbor note, and then we go back. Yeah, that's a basic movement. And then we also have these additions of accidentals above and below. So if we have above a B flat, we have that. If we have a sharp below, then we have that. And if you have both, as here in that example, we have that. This Doppelschlag is used in two different ways. One way is to what I just showed you, to really use that on the note which is ornamented. So really like 1, 2, 3, yeah, really on that. The other appearance is to use that as a kind of a, called also a Nachschlag. So we put it just at the end of the note before the next note comes. So it's a little bit like an it's like a connection of one note with the next. It's like a kind of a also pick up to the next note. So we have actually like we play the note, and then we have that's mostly we do that, and then we do this Doppelschlag, and then we have a little bit of rest before we go to the next note. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, like that. Okay, and you see also the notation there. It's also possible there, like Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach is used. He used this thing also in another way. He placed this symbol upside down, and there's also this symbol which is the same, like S kind of a thing, but with this line through, and it's like meaning that. Yeah. So all these ornaments, I mean, that's really something. It's a very interesting thing. Also, it's how to see how all these different cultures use these ornaments, and these ornaments are so important. Also, huh? They really have a especially also in Baroque, they have a real importance. It's really like, and there are also like other cultures, like in Persian music, you say like a melody without an ornament is like a night without the moon, or a woman without jewelry. These kind of ideas. And the addition of ornaments is really like something also what gives expression in music, and a lot of ornaments are really also like very typical for certain cultures and styles, or like this bending thing for Indian music, or there's like this gamak thing. We will talk about that also in next lesson about the ornaments of Indian music. But this kind of gamak thing is also used in Turkey with Turkish music or Arabic music on string instrument with doing like yeah. Without that, it would just would be just that, but. And that really creates a certain mood. This, especially like in Islamic culture, yeah. There are also the patterns. This small patterns, small like this idea of ornamentation. You see that everywhere, yeah. To divide something in even like smaller parts. Okay, then you have the doppelt cadence, double cadence. Do we have an English name for that? No, not really. It's like a Doppelschlag, what we had before, with a kind of a trill. So it's like. I played with these hammer-on movements, and also with strokes, because without, yeah, it's in a way like dying out a little bit the note. So it's better to do that on the guitar with the plectrum. Yeah. And you have also the start. I mean, to also have this trill at the end, but to start not like, but. That's quite a long thing. Many notes, if you just consider ornamentation. Okay, but you have that all on the PDFs. Yeah, actually the PDFs are really the main thing. I just try to give some extra explanations here, and to show you that to show you how you can play them, how you can execute them, so with the different techniques. Okay, we go to Schleifer. Schleifer, that is something where you do like grace notes. Yeah, it can be like mostly, I mean, at least 2 grace notes, or it can be even more. And the idea is to approach the main note scale-wise. So a very typical Schleifer would be if you go to D, yeah, or the other way around. No, actually, yeah, mostly from below. Yeah, right. Okay, no, right. I just had to check myself here. Mostly these Schleifer mostly are from below. I mean, this is the typical thing, or a longer version. And these longer versions actually really also happen, and that's I also wrote it here. One time I played with a really great accordion player, and she was from Bosnia, and we had a job at a like a vernissage thing, like art exhibition, and we played there from her book on Bosnian folk music, and this was really interesting. And I mean, also all these odd meters and stuff, but also one very characteristic thing where really these long scale like grace notes, scale passages to the main notes. Yeah. So just having that, this Schleifer can be really much longer, as I just also played to really like. I mean, on the accordion, I think it's also quite easy to just go scale wise to that note and then hold it. But these are also considered called Schleifer. Yeah, it's really just scale-wise, very quick up or sometimes also down to the main note. And there's also like it's also interesting. You can think of that to have an accent on the end, and then you should actually or. It all makes a difference, and what I just also what I said, I think it's a really good idea to take that and to get the PDF and really sit down and understand each ornament and really go into that and think about, okay, how can I play that with what kind of techniques this sounds really good. Yeah, so more like to make it musical for yourself. I would really encourage you to do that. All right, then we have the chill. The chill is maybe the most common, the most widely widespread ornament on that globe. I think everybody knows what a trill is, and but still, like the execution of a trill is quite different, of course, to different cultures. The trill is very much connected with gamak, with Indian music. Yeah, where you go very quick between two notes. This sign, there's also like the symbol of trill can be like there are different symbols. It's all on the page, and sometimes this symbol also can mean this upper mordant, this proud triller, like yeah. And so trill is just you have a note, and what you do like. Or and you can do that like what I'm doing now with hammer on pull off, but you can also more this Indian style, or what you can do like in Turkish music. But okay, so but you see everything there. Okay, there's also this is also written there. You also see that. So it's like D, re, or D, re, D, re. Yeah. Okay, Okay, then another thing, and by the way, a lot of those, especially Gammak and the next Nachschlag, we also talked about that very much when we talked about the different, when we talked about hammer on and pull off, yeah, or Klopfer and Abzieher, as I call that here on the Guitar Academia, yeah, the German term. So, and we had a lot of musical patterns or fragments and phrases and stuff to practice. Also ornament figures, and so you should check out that, because Nachschlag we really had there, and there are a lot of different nice possibilities. And just basically, Nachschlag means you play a note and another note, but a little, like very short before you play that other note, you play this Nachschlag. And very often, for example, this figure is taking place. Yeah, very briefly you go, or what we have also here. So you play the note, you let it ring, and then just a little bit before the next note comes, you do this Nachschlag. So it's like a little like a connection to the next note, or like a pickup to the next note. You can say. So it's a little bit. Yeah, it's in between those notes in a way that you can say, yeah, it belongs to the first note, or no, it's an ornament for the next note. So, but because you do this kind of a actually with this technique with hammer on, yeah, you make it more belonging to the first note. Yeah, it's not. It's not. Yeah, I mean it's gradual. The whole thing it's more and more gradual. I like this Nachschlag a lot, actually. It's this kind of a hidden note, and it's not like, yeah. Oops, sorry. No, it's that. Phrases you will get in that lesson on pull-offs and hammer-ons. I think this lesson is like, I put it down in the description below. Nachschlag. The shalal, and this is like coming from Persian music, and this is a kind of a tremolo ornament, and you have to know like Persian music. I think the most important ornament in Persian music, or one of the most important and obvious features when you have like tar music, for example, or setar, and these different instruments, you really this ornament, this tremolo, it's so obvious, it's so much an integral part of that music, of these plucked, also with a mizrab, with a plectrum plate. String instruments, yeah. So this is kind of this kind of a thing. So a lot of tremolos, and this shalal is like this very quick preceding of the main note. So we have an example there. It's like F, G, A, B, and the idea is or, and this the main note should be on, especially if you have a longer thing, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this kind of an idea, and you really have this. The main note should be really on the beat, really. I mean, on where it's meant. So you can really you really are in the. Anyway, I think you got this idea. So and there's this very fast thing also, which is really also a very characteristic feature, or what characteristic feature? I heard that played by Ali Akbar Khan a lot. This is just a very quick diri. And so a very quick, like. Yeah. It's also actually a nice thing. Yeah. If you have it's a little bit as having like two strings tuned the same, and you go. Yeah, you play them not that quick. Like you have these double strings, like on the oud, for example. Okay, and there you see like one more example of grace notes. So this is a way, like on the bottom of the page, how I would normally notate these notes, be it like a tremolo or like any note combination. You just write out the whole thing with grace notes, and then you can put that line, and then you also can, of course, in this case, you can also assign like all these techniques which are used, especially if it's like a combination. You do like, for example, this first this example here, like yeah, now I'm doing like having a hammer on, pull off kind of, and hammer on, but I can also have like a slide, yeah, or I can have like a combination. I can have like a doing like yeah, something like that. So I have like a hammer on, pull off, slide. Yeah, and so when I'm notating the whole ornament like that in grace notes, then I also can assign these little letters A, K, R, and Z. Okay, I think we made it through these pages. yeah, just to remind you, down in the description below you find the link for the PDF for this lesson, where you have almost everything in a written form. Especially if you had some confusion about the whole thing, I think it would be wise to to check the PDF. And yeah, so that's it for this lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like these videos here on Guitar Academia, and also you can click the bell button to get notifications when a new video will be released. And this is the case every week here on this channel. And also you can go down in the description below to the link to my website, hupildenbrand.com, the Guitar Academia page there. There you find a button where you can donate. So this would be a cool thing to do, of course, to support my channel here, my work here. And this shows, of course, that you're really valuing the stuff you get here, which I'm sharing with you here. And this would be, yeah, I would really appreciate that, and we'd be really happy about that. So yeah, go for it. All right, thanks for watching, stay tuned, and my name is Hupildenbrand.